Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. And today's question is, can you wear a luxury wristwatch to a job interview? That's the question. Can you wear a luxury wristwatch to a job interview? And the answer is you can wear what the fuck you like. I mean, you can turn up with blue hair, a nose ring. You can do anything you want. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to help your cause. And the thing I'd have to say is it really depends on the watch that you're wearing. And, I'll tell you something. You can have anything you want, right? You can wear anything you want, but it's a barrier. It's a barrier to getting the position. You want to ideally, when you're applying for a role, you want to ideally present yourself as conservative, responsible, honest, trustworthy, all those good traits. And when you put barriers up, it just makes it that little bit harder. You got to work around. Nothing is a deal breaker, but you want to be appropriate. And I'll give you an example. If you're going for a role, which is you're going for a role which is not huge money, but it's reasonable. You don't really want to turn up with a solid gold, yellow gold Rolex President with diamond dial on your wrist. It's not the best look. In the same token, if you're going for a role as a CEO, you want to be taken as a professional. And some of these little clues that we have in our life, like watches and jewelry, make us seem more professional. Now, my own view is it depends on the watch. Personally, I wouldn't be wearing yellow gold pieces with a yellow gold bracelet. That's too showy. Personally, I always, when I'm going for job interviews, I wear a Patek Philippe Calatrava. And my metal of choice is white metal. So to the average punter, it looks no different to a stainless steel Longines on a leather strap. However, if the interviewer knows what a Patek is, knows what a Calatrava is, well, he's obviously a watch collector, aficionado, and you're one of the boys. But if he knows nothing about Pateks, he knows nothing about Calatrava, well, a $30,000 Patek Philippe Calatrava in white gold with no diamonds isn't going to say this guy is wearing the price of my car on his wrist. It's very discreet and elegant. And this is the key. You need to go in there with your best foot forward. Now, I think myself, if you're wearing a steel Rolex Datejust with a Jubilee bracelet with a white gold bezel, hey, that's fine. It's a businessman's watch. It's a professional's watch. Yeah, that's fine. I'd even go so far as say an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, an Omega Seamaster, say the James Bond Seamaster. They're okay. They're a nice watch, mid-tier, nice watch. Nothing wrong at all with that. I certainly wouldn't be wearing a solid gold Submariner if I'm getting a job as a social worker in a deprived neighborhood. And this is the whole thing. It's the fit for purpose for the job. Remember this, you've got to equate your watches. A Rolex is like turning up in a Mercedes. A Patek is like turning up in a Rolls Royce. And normally, the Patek type person, he's doing the hiring. He's not applying for the job. And this is the whole thing there. If you're going for a job, I think it's nice to be professional and put your best foot forward. I personally don't think sports watches go terribly well with a suit. Normally for an interview, you would wear a suit. So my recommendation is wear a nice dress watch to that interview. A steel Datejust is fine. A two-tone Datejust, if you're over 35, is okay. But my number one choice, and I think everyone's wardrobe should have, a Patek Philippe Calatrava on a leather strap. Even if the piece is in yellow gold, it's non-confronting, it's non-confrontational, and it's very, very elegant, professional, without drawing attention to itself. It really depends on what roles you're applying for as to what watches you should wear. But generally speaking, if you're going for a job as a senior dive instructor, a submariner or a seamaster would be quite adequate and quite respected. If you're going for a job which is very, a little bit lower than you'd normally take, say a job in retail, an entry-level job in retail, you may want to lessen the snazziness, the bling factor of the piece. And these are very, very important things to remember. And if you're going for a job in a watch shop, hey, naturally you'd bring something sensational that a connoisseur, aficionado would appreciate, to show that you have experience and you know what you're talking about. Generally speaking, most people aren't going for jobs in retail watch shops, and they're going for professional type careers or entry-level type careers, office work, middle class type work. And in that case there, I think it's passable to wear a Rolex sports watch to the interview. As long as it's not too blingy and showy, yeah, it's okay. The next thing is that you really want to, whatever watch you wear to the interview, you've got to realize the watch does not make the man. Good men do wear good watches, but the watch really doesn't get you the job or not get you the job unless you're applying for a job in the watch industry. And this is the thing. You need to separate bullshit from skill. If you don't have the skills, if you don't know what you're talking about, and you have no idea of this industry that you're looking at getting into, wearing a Rolex President or a Patek Calatrava really isn't going to help you. But at the end of the day, I think a nice conservative watch should be in everyone's wardrobe for such an occasion. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you would wear to your job interviews in the future. See you later.